Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to set up the Morpheus Inference Marketplace router as a provider using Railway. This is a very simple way to quickly get yourself set up as a provider, at a low cost using a very easy platform like Railway. So first we're going to have to, of course, set up a Railway account, get in and create a new project within there, and you're going to be brought to this home screen here, essentially saying what do you want to launch, how do you want to get started. So rather than searching through here, we're going to go to the releases page on the Morpheus GitHub. We're going to grab the GHCR tag and copy that. We're going to go back over here and we're going to paste it in. It's going to find this tag and we're going to click deploy image. So now that this is kind of originally set up here, we're going to go into variables and we're going to start editing our variables. So I'm going to provide this to you separately. I'll give a link. It's essentially the minimum variables required to get yourself going with this. Now I'm going to copy and paste this in here. So pretty much there's only 3 or 4 things here which are critical. The first is your ETH node address, which you're going to get here. This is from Alchemy, Infura, really wherever you want to use that. They all have free accounts, which are going to be more than enough for what you're doing with this. The next is the private key of your wallet. I probably have that blurred out in this video, of course, but this private key is going to be associated with a wallet on Base that has, at least 10, I would say, Morpheus tokens and a couple dollars of Base ETH. We could talk about at the end why you would need more Morpheus tokens and what the kind of benefits are of that as a provider. Here's going to be your essentially login and password. You're going to leave the port where it is, leave the web address where it is. Web public URL. We'll leave this blank for now in yours, and I'm going to show you how to get it once we deploy this image. It'll just require one restart in order to kind of lock that in. So we'll come back to that in a second. Proxy address is going to stay the same. All of these other things are going to stay the same until we get to another section here, models config content. This is pretty much, as a provider, what are you going to provide? Now, I believe on Morpheus MyProvider, we're going to make a super easy way to do this that will generate this little line of code for you. But for a very simple example here, we're going to talk about you being a provider for a model that already exists. So we go to kind of active.more.org or whatever we choose to go to, and we'll find a model ID. We wanted to do DeepSeek v4 Flash as an offering, and this is the model ID associated with it. Now here, remember, you're a provider, so how are you going to give access to this? So for this example, we're passing through from Venice, so we're going to use the Venice base URL here. We're going to have our Venice API key here. Concurrent slots you can set for essentially how many people do you want to connect to you at a given time. I just did 1 for the example, and then the capacity policy, simple, just leave that as is. Now the rest of these I believe are all okay as they are, and then we're good to update our variables. So we've updated them. The next thing we're going to do is go into settings. We're going to add a TCP proxy for our port 3333, and that's just so that your node can communicate through the Inference Marketplace through that exposed port. So I think we're good there. The only other thing we need to add is a volume, and we're going to attach the volume to the instance we just set up, and the path of the volume is /app/data, and that will connect. Now once we're here, we're going to click deploy. This is going to get started right up. It will probably fail since we need to go in and edit one of those variables again, but let's just get this set up and going for a second here. deployment was successful. Let's click on this. Yeah, so it looks like it picked right up. Actually, let's make sure our... Okay, so then we just need to add one more here. Oops. We're going to generate a domain for port 8082. This is so that the node is reachable by you for configurations. It's set it up as Morpheus Lunar node production.railway.app. I think I probably put in 8082 before, but you just select that right here. And then you're good here, right? So now we have a way to access from the internet for configurations, and we have a way to access through the marketplace to actually provide what we're looking to provide. So let's just go back to our deployment and check it out. Yeah, so it looks like it's starting the container and it is mounted. Okay, so now we have a running node. We're good here, but now we need to connect it to the system. So the first thing that we could actually do, which is a good test, is let's just copy this, and then we're going to type it in here just to make sure it's reachable by the internet. And now we see that it is, so we're okay. So now we're going to go to myprovider.more.org. This is the simple website we have for easy configurations as a provider. We're going to paste in our base URL. We set the username to admin and password to admin. So we'll just do that right here. Oops. Let's just do HTTPS. And we're in. So now you see that we have connected to that instance that we just set up. It sees the 10 more and the little bit of ETH that we put in here, and it's just about ready to go. So we're connected, but we're not registered in the system yet as a provider. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our Railway instance. We're going to grab our 3333 port, drop it back in here, and then we're just going to click check port. It says unverifiable, but don't worry. And then we're going to create the provider. Now this is creating a blockchain transaction. It's staking 0.2 more. Again, we can add more stake in a minute, and we're just waiting for this to run through the system. So it should only take a second. Maybe let's refresh the page. And we're in. So you'll see that our provider is registered. And so now we're kind of in the system, right? But we're not actually providing anything yet. So we're registered, but now we need to bid on a model. So we have one model configured, but we haven't bid on it yet. So let's go find that model. This was DeepSeek V4 Flash. Which model ID was it? It was OXC2C, which is right here. And let's add a bid. Just for test purposes, I don't care what this bid is. You should obviously set the bid based on, what you're willing to accept as a provider. Okay, so it looks like that bid went in successfully. We can go back here and refresh the page. Oops. Huh. It's not happy on the Alchemy node that we had set up, but I believe this should be fine. I've been doing a lot of testing right now. Yes, so it'll see our model is active with bids available. Now, it probably hasn't updated yet, but if we go to active.more.org, we should then see in the OXC2C that our provider is in here. I don't remember what our Thomas proxy. We should see this at some point. This updates, I believe, every 15 minutes, so we could come back here later and just show that we show up as a provider within the marketplace. So, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Now you can always come back here and play around with adding additional models or changing your bids or whatever it may be that you want to manage as a provider. The only things that I would recommend to be very careful of are, one, setting your username and password properly. You want to protect yourself. And two is managing that amount that you stake as a provider. For right now in the system, you can only earn up to what you've staked. So if you stake 0.2 more, you can earn you will be able to earn emissions of 0.2 more. So you just want to make sure that you're staked properly, and we can explain all of that in another video. But well, that's really it, guys. It's we think this is super simple, and we're really happy to get you guys up and running and participating in the Morpheus Inference marketplace. Thank you.